Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, today we are going to play with the Glimmer Hot Foil system using the Glimmer Kit of the month from Spellbinders. This month's Glimmer Kit comes with this beautiful aura foil, and then it also comes with 9 glimmer plates and then 3 sentiments. You have a hello, thank you. Well, it actually doesn't say thank you. It says thanks for all you do, which is really pretty. And then they have a happy birthday sentiment in your set this month. Now, I love dainty and pretty and frames, and this is everything combined. And so I was super excited about this Glimmer Kit. I have my machine heating off to the side, and I'm going to take some printer paper and just trim down an A2 size card front panel, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. When I create my panels, basically I cut it in half and then cut it in half again to create my A2 panel. But I love the scalloped edge on these so much that I think we're going to use all of them. There's 6 in total, 6 different sizes, and they're layerable, and I thought we would do some layering and then some framing, everything all at once. So we're just going to take these out of the package and make a little room and bring in our Glimmer Hot Foil system. I'm going to use some other foils that I have in my stash. I do like to swatch my foils. This way I can kind of mix and match them. But I'm going to bring in, the Aura is the first one. I already have that one. But I also am going to bring in the Rose Gold. The Rose Gold actually came in the Glimmer Kit. I still have it. The foil lasts a very long time. And then I'm also going to bring in the Sky Bright Blue foil. To create some flowers, I am also going to bring in another glimmer set from my stash. It's called the Glimmering Layered Flower Set. It has 2 flowers and then a leaf that you can foil and die cut. So we're going to use that for our card today. I'm going to trim down some foil pieces. I want a blue flower, a pink flower, and then the leaves I'm going to foil with our Aura, the foil that came in the kit. And then I'm going to foil my sentiment also with the rose gold foil. So here is our glimmer machine all ready to go. And we're going to start off by adding our printer paper directly to our platform here. And then I'm going to bring in the 2 largest frames. I'm going to layer them together here. I'm centering them on printer paper because this way I can add a card front panel and it'll be centered on my card front panel. We'll just add our foil face down, press that little timer button, and then when the timer stops flashing, our panel is ready to go. Now I went a little crazy when I brought it over to my die cutting machine and it shifted. So my panel is actually not centered. It's kind of a little bit offset, but I'm not going to worry about that because I do want a little bit of a border on my card base anyway. And so we'll just use some of our essential dyes to fix that. But isn't the frame so pretty? I love the scalloped edge. It could almost, if you were to use black foil, I think it could be considered almost doodly. So that's fun part 2. Okay, we're going to do some more foiling with the second 2 largest frames. We're going to layer them both together. And then I'm going to also add in the center of these frames my leaf. Since we're going to foil that with the Aura, I thought we would do it all at once. Just place our foil right over the top, and then we'll add our cardstock over this, and then we're going to glimmer up these pieces here. Isn't that Aura foil pretty? And it foils lovely. Okay, now that is all done. We're gonna foil almost everything in the Glimmer Kit this month, except for the 2 other sentiments. There are 3 sentiments in this month's kit. One says hello, one says thanks for all you do, and then one says happy birthday. So it's kind of a universal glimmer set. This is kind of one that you want to keep in your stash for all your glimmering projects. Now we're going to do the rest of our foiling. The hello and the small flower we're going to foil with our rose gold foil. Our last set of frames we're going to foil again with our Aura foil, and then our large flower we'll do the Sky Bright. Just add our cardstock, and then we'll just add our shim and our glimmer plate. I do have a couple shims, paper shims that I add to my sandwich, and for me it foils perfectly. I think if you guys want to, you guys probably know already that if you have your little shims that work out perfectly when you foil. Okay, after everything is all foiled, we are going to grab the dies and then die cut out our foiled images. Now when I die cut out my small flower, I didn't leave too much room for my hello, and so I'm going to refoil that because I'm going to actually fussy cut that out, and then I think I got the foiling just a little too close together. We'll foil, die cut out our leaves, and then you know what? If you have the Essential Rectangle die set, you could create a real pretty frame around both of these layers. So that's what I'm going to do. Grab my die set here, and everything that I use today will be listed below, guys. But the second two from the largest die in the Essential Rectangle set will cut out a real pretty frame, and it will also, the largest will actually cut out the outside edge of your scalloped, the largest scallop. So it works, they blend, they're made, I guess, to work together, which is really nice. So now I have a background and a frame. Okay, and then I didn't die cut out the smallest because that's going to be the background for the inside of my frame. We're just going to do a little bit of layering, and this was easier for me to do. I'm going to go ahead, punch out these flowers, and then I'll take that hello, and we're going to end up refoiling that again. You can see how close the flower was to my hello. I don't think I could fussy cut it pretty, so I'm just going to do a redo while my machine's still hot. I'm going to line up my frame that we created behind the smallest set of scalloped rectangles. This way we can line them up. Now I'm going to zoom in. I do want to add a little bit of color to these flowers. They are very, very soft foils, and so I thought we'd add a little bit of color to our white cardstock. My cardstock is just regular, a heavyweight cardstock, and it's not watercolor cardstock, so it's going to absorb really really quick, and it'll probably dry really fast too. I have my liquid colors, and I'm going to use 3 of them. I have Bubblegum as the pink, Lovely blue, and then I have Limeade Splash, which is the green. And I'm just going to color in my flowers with the coordinating foil color, except for the leaf, of course. The leaf, I used the Limeade Splash over the aura. So just some real soft, springy colors. I guess I'm ready for spring. I think they turned out real pretty. And you know what? When you do watercolor over the foiling, it doesn't affect that shimmer with your foil at all. Okay, I'm bringing in my my frame. I did refoil my hello, and then I used my scissors and fussy cut it out, so that's ready to go. I was going to layer everything together, but thought we would add a little bit of color to the frame. My watercolor was still inside my little container, so we'll just use the color that's in there. I did color my foiled die cuts with my water brush, and so I'm just gonna do the same thing with each one of my scalloped frames. The very smallest scallop in my frame I'm coloring in with the green, and then the outside scalloped frame I'm going to color in with the blue. Now if you guys don't want to fuss with the watercoloring, you could use Copic markers. I would just suggest using very soft colors, or even colored pencils would be really pretty, guys. But the frames are color-inable, if that's a new word, color-inable. I'm going to flip over my panel. I added adhesive behind it. We adhered it to an A2 size card front. And now I did pop up my frame with foam adhesive. We're going to add our frame directly over our smaller panel. You want to make sure it's lined up just so it looks pretty. I have a little bit of overhanging, so we're going to just scissor that off. And then we'll flip this panel over and add this panel to our card base. I was showing you the color. It looks kind of bright. It's just because it's still a little bit damp, but you know what, when the color dries, it does pull back to a very soft color. Now I was going to go for a portrait style card, and I thought, you know what, let's flip it up and do a landscape. So I'm just kind of working my little flower arrangement. I did end up die cutting out and foiling 2 more sets of leaves, just so we have a little bit more greenery in there. I thought the limeade splash was so pretty with it. I did do 3, so we have 3 sets of leaves, but I did end up foiling a couple more. Once I'm happy with all of the placement, I am going to add a few of the some gems. These are just gems that I've had in my stash. I got them at sale at the Spellbinder shop, but I'm going to grab those, and we're going to dot the center of our flowers with the blue one. Of course, we'll use the blue gem, and then the pink, we'll use the pink, and then there are some real pretty faceted green gems. We're going to enhance that limeade color in our leaves with these. Now, the green gems are a little bit on the larger side, so I was trying to fit them in there. So I think we're going to end up doing a redo once more. So we're going to pop our gems off, and then I'm going to pick up our leaf here in the corner, and I think we're going to do a replacement with that next to our sentiment, just for a little more balance. We're going to add our leaf first. This way we can figure out the placement. All the flowers and leaves were popped up with foam adhesive, so they have a little dimension to them, and I think that's going to work out good just behind the O and the hello. We're going to add our largest gem up in the corner, add a smaller one right next to it, and the medium we're going to put next to our leaf down here, just under the L's. And then that is my card today, guys. I love the softness of it. I love the glimmering effect of the foil. I think this would make a nice little Easter card too. But thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day. We will see you again soon. Bye-bye.